What's good, everyone? This is Artist of Truth coming to you with another vlog entry, and I apologize for my absence. Had a few things going on with my family. Everything is making a transition, so I'm coping, but I'm here, and I know things will get better. So I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to keep this short. I know a lot of my other vlogs, they've been extensive, like extremely extensive. So let's see. What I really wanted to what I really wanted to discuss this evening is the Harriet Tubman movie. Have I went to see it? Fuck no, no. Honestly, I have my personal reasons why I don't go. Mainly is because I have outgrown all of these slave movies. Yes, we have seen our share of slave movies, and honestly, a lot of these slave movies, they they cause us to, they cause a lot of melanated people to become very, very upset. Moreover, I feel like a lot of these slave movies are really slick, distracting. You know, I usually, every slave movie I've seen, I've usually, for the most part, I've taken a message or several messages from the films. I've watched uh, I've watched Roots. I've watched Americanized version of Roots, and then I've watched an overseas version of Roots, which was actually banned from movie theaters in here in America because it was too graphic. It was too candid, and it was very, very detailed, portraying a lot of the Neanderthal Europeans as as racist as they possibly can could be. Very, very. How should I say it? Because I don't like using racist anymore. I'm trying to break away from it, but taking the most demonic, barbaric, and terroristic behaviors and actions of Neanderthal Europeans against melanated people, this country and abroad has always been exactly what it is. It's very, very disgusting and disheartening. And I just got to the point where I just got tired of it. I was like, I'm done seeing it. Yeah, we know this happened, but we go and see these movies, and it's like, okay, you go and see the movie. What are you doing afterwards? Are you trying to enlighten yourself or enlighten your offspring about the history and how horrible it really was, in order to teach them a valuable lesson of self-love, loving your own people, and building with your own people? You know, these these things are very, very imperative in us advancing forward and building. Now, I've heard several reviews about this Harriet Tubman film that honestly, it just didn't sit right with me. several people that I associate with came back and was like, I didn't quite get that, that documentary, that film or whatever they call it. Because when they came back and they explained to me that Harriet Tubman, who was being played by an actress, British / Nigerian actress that goes by the name of Cynthia Erivo. She played the role of Harriet Tubman. Now, I never could make any sense out of this, but why would a woman of Harriet Tubman's stature, why would she be romanticizing about her slave owner? And on the first thought of it, I was like, really? And I was like, let me just go ahead and get a second and third, input on it. And it was confirmed because they were saying the same, they were stating the same thing. It was like, Harriet Tubman was being pursued by this black bounty hunter that, was coming after her, and he was about to kill her. But all of a sudden, he received a gunshot to the back of the head by a white slave owner because they're secretly romanticizing about each other. I don't see how that even portrays. I don't see what the hell does that even have to do with it. It was like, so women out, so melanated women back then were romanticizing about their slave owners, raping them and buck breaking their husbands, their brothers, and their nephews, and using their children as gator bait and selling their offspring through all that. A melanated woman is still romanticizing about her white slave owner? Like, that's what they were doing back then? Because I never read on that shit. I'm just being honest. I never heard of that. I've never heard of that. I'm 41 years old. And I've done papers, I've done, reports, I've read biographies that were in detail speaking about Harriet Tubman. And I was like, what? Where'd that come from? I was like, you trying to get your people free, but why would you romanticize about your slave owner? I've never heard of that. I never read about it. But the information that I'm receiving is the narrative that's being written is to really depict Neanderthals as, slave owners weren't as bad as the history books portray them to be. Slave owners and the white supremacists, they're not bad people at all. No, we're not even going to depict them in that manner. It's like, huh? I was like, I wouldn't dare waste my money to go and see that movie. Not only that, honestly, that movie killed, basically, the actress killed it for me. You know, when she started making all of these shrewd, self-hatred, degrading remarks about American melanated women, I was like, wow, so you tweet this, then you take it down, not realizing that just because you're Nigerian or British descent doesn't exclude you. It really doesn't. It doesn't exclude you at all, sister. You know, Cynthia Evo, she made that remark, and I'm just like, wow. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Do you know what you look like? I was like, wow. The society, the world that we live in. Now, my thing is, no, you don't have to categorize yourself as black. Because me personally, I don't categorize myself as black. If I fill out paperwork, I'm not listing black. I'm not. And it's not because, oh, that's just self-hatred. That's just the simple fact that I'm still using a name that was given to me by slave owners, colored people. We never call ourselves colored people. Who says that shit? What's colored people? Is there a nationality for colored people? No. Is there a nationality for nigger or Negroes? No. Is there a nationality for blacks? No. So my thing is, why in the hell would any of us associate ourselves with a former slave owner's label of us? My thing is, when you learn exactly who you are, there are certain things you're not going to gravitate to any longer. So be mindful. That wordplay is still a motherfucker. Even though they put it down on applications, guess what? You still can check off other. But it all boils down to knowing who in the fuck you are. When you know who you are, there are certain labels that you will not attach yourself to. So, you get the chance, read some of the reviews. I already know there's probably a plethora of sisters who have ran out to, see this movie and ask them, their honest opinion. Make sure you ask a sister or whoever went, you make sure you ask them. And they have to be very, very objective, because if they're weak and docile, they'll follow anything. And they'll tell you that the movie is just good just for you to blow your fucking money, waste your time and energy going to entertain some shit that, of course, the narrative is being written in such a way where it's, once again, it's exalting someone else other than the main goddamn character. Think I'm lying. Look at the Black Panther movie. Look at the Black Panther movie. The white Neanderthal was the savior. Harriet Tubman movie. The former slave owner shot black man in the back of the head. She making googly eyes at him. Once again, the white man is the savior. And you think I'm lying? Just think about it. Look at a lot of movies that have been, that have hit the box office. And you look at the number of Neanderthal males who played these certain roles. Look at it. Look how they just, oh yeah, I'm the savior. I saved everything and everybody. Yes, yes. Get out of here. Just stop it. I try not to be so negative, but sometimes you just got to be honest. I'd rather be honest with people and just tell them, hey, pay attention to what you're looking at. Don't just go and watch a film solely for entertainment purposes. If you're going to watch a movie, make sure you're getting a message out of it. Motherfuckers just go to the movie just for the action or the drama or the suspense. And every damn subliminal message goes right over their head. That tells you right there. They have your mind. When they take your mind, it's like, fuck your body. They got your mind. Once they have your mind, they can control you, get you to do whatever, get you into accepting whatever they're putting out there. But when you have control of your own mind and you're thinking for yourself and you're paying attention, most people say, oh, that's a rabbit hole. You on that red pill, blue pill shit. I'm not even trying to go that route. I was like, well, that's the problem. You're not trying to go that route. And this is what continues to happen. That cycle doesn't change. That chain will not break. Sometimes you have to break that chain. But no one else can break it for you. So do a little research on it. Read up on Harriet Tubman. Find out what the truth really is before going out there watching that film. Please find out what the truth is. But in the meantime, in between time, I will talk with you all soon. And yeah. I think my next vlog will be very, very controversial. I'm pretty sure it would. But y'all have a good evening.